This is my review on Casino Royale. I give this a 5 out of 10. This is the first Craig movie that he played Bond in. I'm not sure which was more disappointment, this or Skyfall. For me. For James Bond movies, as far as they go. If you saw my last review on Skyfall, in my last video, I think it was, you notice I obviously don't really like Skyfall and care for it. I kind of forgot to give it a 5 out of 10 though. In my review, I realized forgot to give Skyfall a 5 out of 10 because it was mediocre, like Casino Royale is. I think the biggest problem with this Daniel Craig's Bonds. They try and make Daniel Craig a relatable Bond, and I'm sorry, that doesn't work with a character like Bond. He's too much of a jerk to be relatable. So when you try humanize him, it just comes across as so pretentious and dull and whiny of a character it can come across. And kind of cringe it can come across. You know, why do I think my problem with Timothy Dalton's Bond? It's my same problem with Daniel Craig's Bond. I just didn't think they would do it a second time. Try and make Bond relatable and grounded is not working for me. When Timothy Dalton did it, it was better, but that's because he had a more absurd world than Daniel Craig ever did. Which is more closer to the world that Ethan Fleming made, that created Bond from the novels. Based off what I understand, so probably why it's more watchable. The Daniel Craig is and Daniel Craig's the worst Bond, while Timothy Dalton's a better Bond, much more watchable as Bond. I feel like Timothy Dalton and Daniel Craig both got screwed for playing Bond. A really good Bond, because they're both really good actors, but I feel like Bond honestly is a character that doesn't work when you're trying to ground him in a dark and gritty environment. And humanize him. It doesn't work to me. That doesn't work. I think that these are the weakest Bonds. The two weakest Bonds I've seen played. Hollywood, stop trying to humanize Bond, for fuck's sake. Stop doing this. I don't know why people thought this was a good idea. it was good to do this to Bond. Why did they thought that was a good idea? And Bond gets promoted in this movie. Just got promoted as a 00. And he goes on his first, pretty much double mission. Goes wrong. Blah blah blah. Then he just goes to a Casino Royale. Goes to a casino and it goes to it's called. He goes to a casino and gambles and wins, and then gets captured by bad guy and tortured, and then the movie. Look, don't worry, he breaks free. Excuse me, and he finally delivers the line James Bond at the end at the end to close the film. Oh, and he has a love interest in this one. Oh, I remember which was a more disappointing movie. I thought it was this one. Even though I was more let down I was more let down by Casino Royale, I knew that Skyfall was a worse movie. I mean, a much worse movie than Casino Royale. Because, I'm sorry, I don't like James Bond having a romantic love interest. It's been overdone to death. By now. And even then, I didn't like it then. Because, one, it's bad enough that they took away all of the James Bond's cool. It's bad enough James Bond doesn't have any cool gadgets. Like we're used to seeing him. He's bad enough they're trying to humanize him to make him grounded and believable in our world. Now they have to bring a love interest for him. And then the villain kills. Then the villain backstabs the love interest because she was working for the bad guy, and it's revealed, and she gets killed, and then then that continues. Then that takes off and starts off Quantum of Solace, because the name of the girl was Quantum. I guess Quantum of Solace. I guess is her first name Quantum or her last name Solace? I can't remember. Anyway, that's how it ties into Quantum of Solace. And I'll talk about that one some other time. That movie. So yeah, that's why I give Casino Royale a 5 out of 10. Goodbye, and subscribe to my channel, and like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell to subscribe to my channel. Like this video, please. Bye-bye.